Okay, so my hint for this next thing is to let Axis capture me during the chase. Wha- What was that? Was that Icy? Five Nights at Icy's? Alrighty then. And it's just back to normal. Naturally. Oh, 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 oh. It just hit me. I just realized. The thing we're choosing was like, I believe I've seen a ghost. That was because of the human, wasn't it? Oh. I also ended up asking Peter like what the one drawing on the pillar was supposed to mean, and apparently it's actually supposed to be a clue as to what happened with like the previous human, the blue soul. So you've got drawing of Delve, you've got drawing of Axis, you've got drawing of human wearing tutu, and you've got soul, specifically human soul because it's upright. Yeah, it seems to be implying that Dalf was the one who was attacked. Like, Kaneko was with another monster, and that other monster got attacked, and Shujin was all worried. Like, she could have been next. But I guess the one who got attacked was Delve, which actually explains a lot of lines that Delve has. Like, how he's talking about, you looking just like them, and asking if you've come to finish the job. Very interesting. That must have been when Dalv was in Snowden because he wasn't in the ruins yet, and I don't think any other human went to the Dark Ruins, as far as I'm aware. That's very interesting. They give you so many like hints to help you figure this out, like what exactly happened. A bit of obscure one, the pillar drawings, and you have to like connect multiple of them together through multiple different font values, but it's still a clue nonetheless. And so I was thinking about that while I was going to the bathroom, and then I was just like, oh, the ghost that Chujin saw. It's because Axis just like obliterated a human, and he had trouble sleeping for a while after that because of presumably how gruesome the sight was. Now I'm just imagining Axis just covered in blood and bone shards, and he's like, "Did I do good, father?" My Axis voice keeps changing. I think the way that I was originally reading his lines was supposed to be, more reminiscent of, like Omega from Sonic Heroes. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, it actually makes a lot more sense now why Axis has the like heart in the torso, because Axis was made, to be sort of a supplementary force to the Royal Guard, essentially meant to act as Royal Guards, and so they would need to be equipped with a way to contain a human soul to deliver it to Asgore, right? So that's what that is about. The like heart-shaped thing on Axis' chest is like the containment thing, and presumably what Shujin was talking about when he said that he hid the human soul inside Axis, because Axis has a place to put a human soul to store it to deliver it to Asgore. Of course, he never did that because the project got rejected, and he was probably bitter, and he was like, fuck it, I'm keeping this for myself. and then somehow, someway, the soul ended up in Waterfall. Presumably because with how long the soul had been missing, Chujin didn't want to be associated with it in any way. So, you know, he just kind of put it out in the open where someone else could find it, so that it couldn't be traced back to him. Because it would look really weird if the human soul that's been missing for, like, years was, like, delivered by a particular person who just kind of was holding on to it. That would be really weird. So I can see why Chujin did what he did. Presumably he just kind of ditched the human soul when, you know, his experiments were failing, and he figured it was because of the, like, corruption. Presumably talking about LB. Considering Sarva doesn't seem to care if, you know, you kill the robots, but does care if you kill Axis. And Axis is, like, the only one that gives EXP. It makes sense, as to how Yoshi's worried about the corruption, assuming it's the same corruption that we're talking about. I never react to that one fast enough. I'm never expecting it. And yet I can remember that that's exactly where it stops. You know, here's an interesting thought, right? Zerba probably knows about the whole Axis murdering a human thing. It would be weird if she didn't know about that, considering it's, like, buried behind, you know, Chujin's grave. Which means that it couldn't have been hidden there while Chujin was alive. Which means that Cerebro probably was trying to, like, hide the evidence or something. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? Very interesting. Nothing seems immediately different in this room, but apparently there's a fun value thing here. Dog! Dog! Those items are scarily close together. I'm gonna guess that the dog is the fun value thing, right? I did hear that there was, like, a dog Easter egg somewhere in the Steamworks. And I guess that... I'd guess that it was either that segment or, like, the attack where the robots in Gardner's attack are, like, throwing random stuff out of a box. I figured, given the random nature of those two things, there had to be, like, the dog Easter egg in one of those two. I think actually after this point, it's easiest to just load one of my save backups and check there. Perfect. Nothing that's immediately different here. So I'm gonna take a guess and say that this is after, like, coming back. So I'm gonna watch tape just to be safe. What the? What the fuck? That was terrifying as hell. Okay, what a one to end on. Christ. Apparently there's another fun value thing that only happens after you fight Flowey 3 times. I might check that out at a later point, I'm not feeling up to it right this second. Besides, I don't have the time. But it was fun looking through all this stuff. There's just so much to see in this game. My god, how long have I been playing this for? 38 hours. Understandable amount of time when you're as thorough as I am. But, yeah, I think that next session I'll finally be ready to do the genocide run. Anyway, goodbye for now.